We've got the Genesis GV70 and the Audi Q5, and they're battling it out in our comparison today.
The Q5 is the best-selling premium compact utility on the market, so let's get into it.
Both the Audi Q5 and Genesis GV70 come with two engines. The Genesis offers more power in both engines than the Audi. The GV70 base engine is a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. The top two trims come with a 3.5-liter twin turbocharged V6 with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 375 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque, and standard all-wheel drive.
The Q5 has a 2-liter turbo four-cylinder engine and a 7-speed automatic transmission, 261 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. The SQ5 gets the 3-liter turbo V6 with an 8-speed automatic, 349 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, standard all-wheel drive.
The Audi Q5 is a great all-rounder. It has a comfortable and smooth drive with plenty of power for the city and highway. The SQ5 offers more horsepower and torque. It combines everyday utility with a dynamic drive and accurate and firm steering. It's pleasant on the highway and entertaining on those twisty roads.
The GV70 we drove had the more powerful 3.5-liter turbo engine. However, we have tried the four-cylinder in the larger GV80. It too has precise steering, excellent turning radius, and a dynamic drive, making this SUV a real winner, especially in all of the different modes. It's lively, fun, and you feel the bumps on the road, and the steering is firmer. It's everything you would expect from a sporty, more powerful version of the GV70. Now, we're going to reference the more powerful SQ5 and the 3.5-liter turbo in the GV70, but the vast majority, the bulk of the market, is the base four-cylinder turbocharged engine market.
For sure. I mean, it's less expensive, of course. Some people don't feel like they need that extra power, but I really believe it comes down to budget.
Yeah, and that's really why those are the best sellers, because people buy on monthly payments. Most of these vehicles are leased. So when you calculate it all in, the base engine usually wins.
The GV70 is longer and wider than the Q5 and has a longer wheelbase. The Audi Q5 in Navarra Blue Metallic has a clean and sporty exterior design. Our test model has the S-Line Black package for $2,350 Canadian. It has a black grille, S-Line badging, black exterior trim, black side mirrors, black roof rails, and 20-inch wheels. 18-inch wheels are standard, along with LED headlights, LED taillights, and a power tailgate. A panoramic sunroof is available on the middle Progressiv trim. The SQ5 adds subtle aggression with deeper bumpers, larger side sills, and a rear spoiler to enhance the look. It comes with 20-inch wheels, but 21-inch are standard on the top trim.
The Genesis GV70 we have is in Barossa Burgundy. It has a distinctive exterior design with the crest grille and wing-inspired slim quad LED headlamps that look a lot like Porsche Macan headlamps. You also get skid plates placed in the bottom of the bumper to get a more dynamic look. The sport exterior design on the 3.5-liter turbo engine is dynamic and athletic looking. It comes with large 21-inch wheels, dark chrome accents, larger diameter exhaust tips. Standard on the 2.5-liter turbo are 18-inch wheels, LED headlamps, and LED tail lamps. One up from the base model, you get 19-inch wheels and a panoramic sunroof. Now, the GV70 is brand new.
Yeah.
But the Q5 did get a facelift last year. You got bigger air openings. They made it look a little bit more assertive. But the one thing, I was at the launch of the Q5 when it came out, and the one thing Audi said about it is people like the way it looks and don't mess with it.
Yeah, it makes sense. They didn't really mess with it. They just tweaked it a bit. I think that the Audi looks good. It's clean and it has a sporty design. But I think that this GV70, the exterior styling is gorgeous. It makes an impact on the road. It's a head turner, maybe because it's new. Maybe because Genesis just did a great job.
And maybe because they copied the Porsche Macan a little bit. Like those headlamps in the front, you get the rear hatch, the way it slopes, and the taillights look similar to the Porsche Macan as well. Now, what about all that? They call it the G matrix design. We'll just call it a diamond design. They use it throughout the interior and the exterior. Some people think it's a bit busy.
Well, I think that the wheels are busy. Some people like them, some people don't. It's definitely a personal preference. When you look at Audi, it just looks a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more elegant. It's the GV70 that has got the pizzazz.
One thing about the Germans is they don't really fall for gimmicks in their design. They just try to make timeless designs that will age well in the marketplace. Some may say the GV70 is sort of resting on some gimmicks.
Right.
But they both have a German kind of feel to them.
For sure.
Well, we do this comparison every single week. It also happens on Instagram
It sure
the
does.
day before. So if you want to see it, go to Andrea's Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea. She also takes comments in there and we read them out.
I think the dash of the Genesis looks cleaner, but other than that, I prefer the Audi. I am also biased because I'm planning on getting a Q5. I'm with Zach on thinking the quilted trend will look dated. It's everywhere, even on sweatshirts.
I love the bold athletic look of the GV70. Truly looks unique and worthy of the price. While the Q5 is the great all-rounder, the GV70 just captures your attention in all the right ways.
As much as I like the GV70, I would still take the Q5. I'm an Audi owner for full disclosure, but Audi has that heritage, brand appeal, and luxury prestige to it that Genesis does not have. And for many shopping in the luxury car market, they do want those things.
I'll take the GV70. It has better interior and exterior styling. Definitely more expressive than the Audi. It benefits immensely from being a fresher product.
The Audi Q5 offers a clean and simple interior with an open cabin. It comes standard with a 10.1-inch touchscreen, a 7-inch color driver display, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 10-speaker sound system, heated front seats, leather seating surfaces with stitching, and a leather steering wheel with paddle shifters. The base comfort trim with the convenience package for $1,500 comes with driver's seat memory and a foot-activated tailgate. You have to move up to the Progressiv trim in Canada to get the heated steering wheel and a 12.3-inch driver display with Audi's virtual cockpit. The top Technic trim comes with heated rear seats, ambient lighting, and the Bang & Olufsen 19-speaker sound system. Ventilated front seats on this trim are available in the Comfort package for $1,600 Canadian.
The Audi SQ5 in Canada comes standard with heated front seats, heated steering wheel, a 10.1-inch touchscreen, and that 12.3-inch driver display. You get power driver and passenger seats, Nappa leather sport seats with diamond stitching. It's back, diamond stitching. A panoramic sunroof, and driver's seat memory. The top Technic trim has heated rear seats, heated and cooled cup holders, and the Bang & Olufsen stereo system. To get ventilated front seats on both trims, you have to add a package for $600.
The GV70 offers an upscale interior with standard features like a 14.5-inch touchscreen with navigation, an 8-inch LCD instrument display cluster, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charger, heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, 12-way power adjustable driver's seat with lumbar support, and an 8-way power front passenger seat. One up from the base model on the 2.5T comes with heated rear seats, front ventilated seats, and leather seats. Two up from the base model has the Lexicon audio system with 18 speakers and a head-up display. The top trim of the 2.5T gets you Nappa leather seats with suede trim. The top 3.5T trim is where you'll find the quilted Nappa leather seats and the 12.3-inch LCD digital instrument cluster.
So in our next segment, we compare the size, and Andrea mentioned already the GV70 is bigger dimensionally, but it isn't the winner on the inside. You wanted to come back to what?
I want to come back to those quilted seats. Zach, you're really having a hard time with these quilted seats.
It's because all of the vehicles, I mean from mainline cars to luxury cars, they're throwing this quilted pattern in everything. And we're kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
I think shoppers are not tired of it.
No.
It's just that every car we have has it.
Has it.
That's kind of my thing with it.
I do want to point out with the GV70 that you can't get the quilted seats unless you get that top trim. And it's the same thing with the 12.3-inch digital driver display.
You probably noticed in there one big difference though. The Q5 comes with standard leather, and we didn't mention it in there, but the GV70 comes with standard pleather.
Yeah, and also the SQ5, for example, with the more powerful engine, you get the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with Audi's special virtual cockpit on the base model of the SQ5. But let's point out that Genesis did an amazing job with this interior. It comes standard with a 14.5-inch touchscreen. That's quite incredible.
The only one that's bigger is Cadillac.
Yeah, I actually feel like the Audi needs a little bit of a refresh to the interior. And what I would love to see is the Q7 interior in the Q5. Now, wouldn't that look fabulous?
I think it's probably going to come when they redo this product.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we should talk about is the infotainment system. You have to touch it on the Audi.
Yeah.
With the GV70, you use a controller in the center, which is exactly the same as BMW's iDrive system. It works essentially the same way. So which one do you prefer?
I don't mind either. I want a touch screen, but if there's an option of both, I'm also good with that.
And the GV70, you can use it as a touch screen. And Audi, as part of this facelift, they got rid of the controller.
I know.
And I wish they had kept it. So I'm kind of torn on this one.
The GV70 offers less than half an inch more front legroom than the Q5, but the Audi wins with half an inch more second row legroom. The GV70 offers more cargo space behind the second row by over 2 cubic feet, but the Q5 wins for overall cargo capacity, offering an extra 3.5 cubic feet more space.
Let's start with the GV70 and let's start with pricing. The base model in Canada is $49,000. The base 3.5-liter turbo, the more powerful engine, starts at $68,500, and the top trim is $75,500. In the United States, you do it differently. You have packages you can add to each of the different trims. They range from $4,000 all the way up to $11,750. The JD Power numbers are not available yet for this brand new vehicle. However, we did some calculations, and the lease calculator on Genesis has the GV70 retaining just 30% of its value after 5 years.
Here's the fuel economy. The 2.5-liter turbo gets 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.4 liters on the highway. That's 22 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway. The 3.5-liter turbo gets 12.9 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 10 liters on the highway. That's 19 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway. The towing capacity of the GV70 is 3,500 pounds.
A big differentiator between these two brands is the warranty and Genesis at-home service. You get 5 years, 100,000 kilometers or 60,000 miles, plus included free scheduled maintenance. The Genesis at-home service is available if you live within 50 kilometers of a distributor. They will pick up, drop off the car for service, and give you a loaner.
Here's the pricing for the Audi Q5. It starts at $46,500 and the top trim is just under $57,000. The SQ5 Progressiv trim in Canada is $64,500 and the top Technic trim is just under $69,000.
The fuel economy of the 4-cylinder turbo is 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.3 on the highway. That's 23 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway. The SQ5 gets 13.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 9.9 on the highway. That's 18 miles per gallon city, 24 miles per gallon highway.
JD Power gives the Audi Q5 an overall score of 72 out of 100 and a quality and reliability score of 65 out of 100. Car Edge states the Q5 will retain 50% of its value after 5 years. The towing capacity of the Q5 is up to 4,400 pounds.
The warranty is 4 years and 80,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles, and no scheduled maintenance is included. So regular viewers of this channel know I always refer to the Audi Q5 as the best all-rounder in this category. The look of this thing is now become iconic. associated with the Audi brand to the point where they really can't change it much.
Yeah.
And I think that dimensionally on the inside, it works for a lot of families.
I agree with you. It's actually quite spacious and the cabin feels like it's quite open. I think we both like that about it. I agree with you. It has a simple look to it, and I think that you will find that a lot of people will be interested in that. That doesn't mean the GV70 isn't a beautiful vehicle. I really like it.
It's fancier.
I think, yeah,
It's fancier, yeah.
I think Genesis did just a terrific job with it. Even from the engine, you've got that 2.5T that we've driven in the Santa Fe and in the Sorrento.
And in the GV80.
And
yeah.
in the GV80. It's a terrific engine, as is the 3.5T. The Audi SQ5, wow, what a special vehicle. So fun to drive.
And you think it's good value, right?
It's great value. So when it comes down to pricing, we actually discussed that in our full-length review of the GV70.
Links are below.
In the US, the pricing is different. You will find that you are almost equivalent with the Audi Q5 or SQ5 because you get the opportunity to add packages to your trims.
So basically you get the 2.5 or the 3.5 and then you add a package to it.
That's right.
That's it, right?
So in Canada, that's not the case. We have trims and those trims come with certain features and the price gets pretty darn high. And you can get an SQ5 top trim for less than you can get the 3.5T top trim. I made some notes and I've got an example for you. The 3.5T with the Sport Prestige package, which is $9,000. I want that one because I want the 12.3-inch digital driver display, the head-up display, and the heated rear seats, plus the 21-inch wheels. That is $62,200 USD. I can get the top trim of the SQ5 for around the same price, and that's how it is across the board in the US on all of the trims in comparison to the Q5.
I think the meat of the market is, as we mentioned right at the beginning, the turbo 4-cylinders.
Yeah.
That's where they're competing the most. I guess they're figuring if people really want the more powerful engine, we'll make them pay.
Yeah.
Audi is the best seller in this category for a reason. I think they've actually perfected their pricing strategy.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to go back to the GV70. There is great value with the 2.5T. One up from the base model is really all we would need. It has a lot of the features that we want.
One of the things, just before we finish off here, that Genesis and Kia and Hyundai do is they change their cars every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And one of the issues that you have with a young brand like Genesis and you don't have with Audi is, I said, it's already, the Q5 is iconic. Everybody knows what it looks like.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what it's going to be. With Genesis, is this all going to get blown up in 2 years?
Well, who knows? I think that's one of the appeals, as you said, Zach, of Audi products or other German brands is that they are consistent with their whole fleet. And some people prefer that. Plus, your vehicle doesn't look dated.
Yeah.
You know, you
that's
just
the
don't
issue.
know.
That's the issue. If they come up with a whole new look, you're just like, well, that's so 2021.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're all done. I just want to let you know, as Andrea mentioned, there are the full-length reviews of each of these cars. The links are below. What else do they have to do?
Well, you got to follow me along on Instagram, Motormouth_Andrea. We put this review out on Instagram every Monday, followed by the video on Tuesday.
So hit the subscribe and the bell. And when will we see them?
We'll see you next week.